3. Hold on, make sure I have the key. Alright, we're live. Wait for the car to pass. Alright, we're live in 3, 2, 1. In 2008, Hyundai launched the Genesis, a mid-sized luxury sedan aimed at the Mercedes-Benz E-Class. Fast forward to 2022, Genesis, now the Genesis G80, launched the electrified version of their mid-sized sedan to compete against the Mercedes-Benz EQE 350 and 500s. Hey guys, welcome to Chris Mack. For today's video, I have the 2023 Genesis G80 Electrified. I'm going to show you around this vehicle, show you the best and features, see what you get for $81,000, take it on a drive, and give you guys my final verdict. Let's go ahead and get into this video, shall we? And you know what? We'll start with the remote start function. So you hold down the key twice, and then I'm going to go ahead and see if I can test my luck with the smart park function. There we go. Let's go, Genesis, let's go. Yeah, it's kind of slow. I'm gonna catch that G80. Let's go ahead and get to this video, shall we? Let's go. Looking on the outside of the 2023 Genesis G80 Electric, this is your key fob right here. You do have lock, unlock, a trunk release panic button, and you do also have a remote start function right there. Light function right there, you can do like a little light dance, and you do have automatic parking function right there. So let's go ahead and try that out. I'm gonna hold down the key right there. You can't see the vehicle will move forward. Holding down the button, when you let go, it will stop. And you can also go in reverse as well. Reminds me of a truck. Beep, 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 beep. It's such a cool feature though, I like this. Smart park. Let's go forward one more time. Boom, there we go, that's a good view right there. So let's go back to the video, shall we? So looking at the outside of the 23 G80 Electric, as equipped, this vehicle is $81,000. It is dressed in this Uyuni White exterior color. You can see up front a couple of design differences between this and the gas version. You can't see the grille, it's non-functional. It is actually used for your charging port right here. You push that to open the charging port. The top part is for your 240 volt, and then the bottom part, if you have both of them unplugged at the same time, will be used for your DC fast charger. It also shows you your battery full percentage right there. The vehicle did auto lock, so let me go ahead and unlock that for you guys one more time. You can see I do also like the venting right there at the bottom of the vehicle. Is body color, it's kind of cool. But you can see you do have full LED lighting up front with the LED turn signals right there. I do like how it does go into the fender. That's a very, very cool feature right there. Let me flash the lights for you one more time. It's so cool. You have Genesis scripted right there on the front of the hood. You do have a 360 camera up front. Looking at the wheels, these are 19-inch wheels and kind of an aero style to help with the range. Wrapped in 245 with tires up front and 275s in the rear. Power folding mirrors with the camera right there. You do have keyless entry for the front door handles. Now this is a really like, what the fuck? They don't have a sunroof up top. That's really upsetting, especially at $81,000. I'm gonna be real with you guys. Coming around to the rear is very standard G80 in the back. The first thing you don't notice is that it doesn't have dual exhaust setup right there because it is electric. And the exhaust is replaced with reverse lights at the bottom right there. The brake lights and everything right there are the same. Opening the trunk, which is powered of course, you'll find 10 cubic feet of space. Keeping score, the regular G80 gas version has 13 cubic feet. Obviously, because this is a dual motor setup for the electric motors and so on, it does take up a little bit of trunk space, so that's 3 cubic feet that you do lose. You do have a little bit of storage right there on that side, as well as on this side. Wheel locks. Have a first aid kit and a couple more amenities right down there. The trunk is powered, so you can close the tailgate or trunk, and you can lock the doors right there with that one. Let me show you guys under the hood of the G80 Electric. See the keyless entryway. Popping the hood. Let's go ahead and talk about specs of the G80. And also pop open the charge door for you guys so you can see both of that. Boom, got dual action going for you guys. So speaking of specs, this is a dual motor setup connected with a 87.2 kilowatt hour battery, which is ready to get 282 miles of electric range. It will charge on a 240 volt charger in 9 hours. If you use a DC fast charge, which is a 350 kilowatt charging system, it will charge from 10 to 80% in 22 minutes. Vehicle weight is 5,000 pounds. And I stated before, it does go to all 4 wheels. Now let me show you guys the interior of the G80. Get another 3/4 view for you guys right there. Boom. Hopping into the back seats. Let me show you some more amenities back here. I am 5'6", so let's go ahead and step on in. Now, I do have the seat all the way back. You know what? Let's move that up because it's kind of tight. The seat all the way back, so. Boom, boom. Let's go ahead and start that. Leave the key right there. Stepping into the back seats of the G80 Electric. Behind the seat, this is the seat basically almost all the way back. When I do have it in my seat adjustment, it will be about 4 inches of legroom with about 2 inches of headroom, which is pretty good. Looking right here in the middle, you do have a power rear window sunshade in the back. One thing missing is 3-stage heated rear seats, which the gas version does give you. You do have a single zone climate control for the back seats. You can also adjust the front seats right there. Storage right there on both sides. You do also have manual sunshades right here on the side door. And the materials are soft touch all the way down to the bottom. I do love this kind of forged wood trim design right there. You can also lock and unlock the doors right there, and the windows are automatic. But let's go ahead and hit the cockpit of the G80 Electric. It does have soft closed doors right there. So cool. But looking at the cockpit of the G80 Electric, you can see you do have 2-person memory right there with automatic windows and power folding mirrors right there. This is your lovely Lexicon speaker sound system, 21 speakers. We will try your audio test in a minute. All the materials are soft touch. Damn, that sounded good. This is kind of a glacier white with a green interior, which is kind of different. I just love this forged wood right here. Looking at the seats, these are 16-way power seats. You do have waterfall cushions, massage functions, power back, bottom support, bolstering, and a forward lumbar support setting right there. The steering wheel is power tilt and telescoping, cluster illumination, traction, trunk release, and you do have a automatic parking brake right there, gas brake pedal with your hood release right there. Everything is slightly higher, being that it does have an electric battery right below the seats. But looking in front of you, you do have a 3-spoke steering wheel design with your light controls on that side and your wiper controls on that side. Let's go ahead and power it up. You can see right here, you do have your paddle shifters behind the steering wheel. So that's how you increase or decrease the regen, and you increase the regen right there on that side. Looking in front of you, you have a 12-inch display right here in front of you, fully digital. You put on your turn signal, put up the camera mirror right there. You can adjust it using this button right here, as well as toggling through the various different menus. So you do have your battery settings right there, seeing where it's sending power and whether it's charging, driving info, miles per hour, attention level, and you can also add a couple of little bit more menus right there inside of the display. If you hit this page button right here, you can toggle through some more menus for lane information and heading. Over here on this side is how you control your telematics, your volume controls, and radio functions, as well as the voice command right there. Up top, you do have a clear, crisp head-up display, so you see your speed, lane keeping assist, and the speed limit in your area. It is very clear and crisp and does provide a lot of information, as well as blind spot monitor. So it'll tell you if someone's in your blind spot, like illuminate red on the outsides. We'll go ahead and leave it like that. Yeah, that looks better. The steering wheel is, of course, heated, but let me show you guys the infotainment. This is a 14.5-inch touchscreen display. It could be a little bit closer, though. It's kind of far away. So the first page you do find is your EV settings right there. So it'll show you max range and battery charge. Map functions right there. You do also have navigation, so we'll try a navigation test. I love the feedback and the response is very quick and snappy. As you can see right there, navigation is very quick to pick up and is easy to use. Going back to your home screen, you have your radio functions right there. AM, FM, Sirius XM radio. Let's turn it down so we get demonetized. Now, we do customize these sound settings. I'll put it on stage for the best bass quality and sound. Media connections are right there, so we'll try a CarPlay. It's a 21 speaker Lexicon sound system.
Let's go. Yeah. I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet.
As you can see, the 21 speaker Lexicon sound system is very clear and crisp. It does have a lot of bass and sound quality. We're gonna go ahead and plug that. I do wish it was wireless, so you can have wireless CarPlay and Android Auto. That's one thing that is missing, especially at this price point. You do have your HD radio functions right there for your traffic, as well as the weather functions, phone connections, Genesis services, and then going under your setup functions, you do have your vehicle settings. This is how you control your drive assistance technology, lane keeping assist, automatic emergency braking, blind spot, adaptive cruise control, and so on. Drive mode functions right there. You do have a custom drive mode. You can have it in snow mode, or you can go into my drive mode, and you can customize the motor between sport, comfort, and eco, steering between sport and comfort, and suspension between sport and comfort as well. You can also customize the brake feel between comfort and sport to be a little more responsive when you do have it in the sport setting. Drive mode changeler and eco mode for the climate controls. Head-up display functions are right there. You can customize that right there, as well as cluster settings. It is a 3D display, so you can kind of have like the 3D view that is showing you right here. Climate settings. You have more seat settings, so it can move the seat back for ease of exit. Ambient lighting. This does have a 64 color ambient lighting system. So let me see if I can show you guys. It is kind of daytime out, so you can see like a little purple illumination right there around the gear shifter. But you can definitely see a little better at nighttime. But you can basically customize to do all these different colors right there. You can set up a custom color. Ooh, shots fired. Going back into your settings. You do have your display controls right there. You can change the illumination, the touchpad, and other general settings right there for the updates and so on. You have a menu button right there. You can customize the displays. You can configure all of them. This is basically your home screen right here. Push button start is right down there. You do have a dual zone climate control with heated and cooled front seats. The heated steering wheel, 2-staged. Down below, you can see this lovely forged wood trim right here. Let me move that out the way so you can see that. This looks sick. This looks nice. I like this. You do have a wireless charging pad right there. So let's try that out. Yeah, I'm doing it in one hand. I got the camera in one hand. There we go. You see right there, wireless phone charger starts up no problem at all. You have 2 USB-A ports. So this one right here is for your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto connections, and this one right here is just for charging right there. This is how you can also control the infotainment display. So you have a volume right there with a tune knob. You have a back button, a home button, and a menu button. Especially if you make a mistake, back button definitely does come in handy, or in the clutch. But you have your rotary dial right here. This is how you can also toggle through your various different menus. And you can just push down to select. Right here is your gear shifter. You do have a auto hold function right there. You put the vehicle into reverse by turning this way. You have a 360 camera with trajectory lines. And you can put up the 3D view right there. You can basically toggle around the vehicle, and the steering wheel will turn. When you do turn the wheels, go all the way over for drive, and you just push for park. This wood trim is sick. You got 2 couples right here, which are pretty good size. Over here is a couple of shortcut buttons. So you have your drive mode functions right here. So you can basically toggle between comfort, sport, eco, and then the my mode and or the snow mode, depending on how you configure it. Parking sensors front and rear. And this is how you can also pull up your 360 camera right here and the automatic parking function right there. So basically, like, let's say I try it out. Take hands off wheel. It says you gotta put your seatbelt on. Let me see if I can show you guys this real quick. Ooh, there we go. All right, so you gotta hold down that. It'll basically actually take you out of your parking space, which is pretty cool. I'm not touching the gas or brake pedal. It's literally like pulling itself out of the parking space, which is just cool. I mean, ain't technology great? And once you let go, the vehicle will stop. So there we go. So basically just pull out your space. Cool. Down here you do have a little bit more storage with a 12-volt charger and a little bit more storage right there. Garage door opener with LED illumination. That's where you put your sunglasses. I am still upset that it doesn't have a moonroof though. At $81,000, that's upsetting. But I do like these suede materials that they do have up top. Got a visor right there with LED illumination. Let's go and take the G80 Electric for a quick drive and see how she does. We are behind the wheel of the 2023 Genesis G80 Electric. We are starting on in eco mode. I'm actually going to put up the EV page right here so you guys can see all the various different functions right there as far as the range and so on. But first, setting off in the G80 Electric, let's speak of visibility out the front, rear, and sides. It is great. I can see very clear over the hood, out the side mirrors, as well as out the back. It's basically like a regular G80 when you first set off, as far as that goes. The car is very smooth though. That's the first thing you do notice when you do drive this. Just like with the regular gas version of the G80. Of course, you don't have that engine sound, so you do hear just a smidge bit more of that tire noise. I do also like this white with this green interior. That's very cool, very eco-focused and minded. You see right there, you do have your regen function, so you use the paddle shifters. You go down right there with the plus, and then use the minus paddle shifter. It'll go into its max regen. And does a pretty good job of slowing the vehicle down. I do also like the head-up display right here in front of you. You do have your speed information, speed limit, your lane keeping assist information, and of course blind spot assist when you are in a 2-lane road or more. But this vehicle is very hushed and quiet, and definitely does check off the box as a luxury vehicle. This forged wood is also cool right here too. It's nice. Has a nice finish to it as well. Now, speaking of seat comfort, you do have heated and cooled front seats with the ergo motion massage for the driver. Now, one thing I do wish this G80 did have, especially at this price point, is massage for the passenger as well, and maybe heated rear seats in the back, which shockingly is not available with this electric version. And even the 23 G90 actually had better back massage. So you can, let's say I put it on right now. I do a whole body stretch and I put it on like a stronger setting. Surprisingly, G90 still has better massage than this. Maybe for a refresh, they'll actually incorporate the better massage system. That regen function just slows you right down. Very eco-minded. Now we do have to try an acceleration. So basically for acceleration, I'll put it into its sport mode. I'm going to turn off traction. I'm going to give it a slight brake boost. Kind of does this cool thing right here. So I'll show you guys when you kind of stop. It is a noticeable difference between eco and sport mode. All right, nobody's behind us. Brake gas. Woo. Acceleration felt about the 4.2, 4.5 seconds, depending on how much charge you do have. But it is estimated at 4.2 seconds, and that feels bang on right. Now, keep in mind when you do compare this against the 3.5 Sport Prestige, that does a 0-60 sprint of 4.9 seconds. So it's almost about a half a second difference between that and this. And it definitely does feel like that. But once you go around the corners, this is where you really feel the weight of this vehicle. This vehicle ticks over 5,000 pounds, as this one is equipped with the electric and all that. If you keep score with the G80 3.5, the V6 version, the sport package, that's about 4,400 pounds. And you can feel the difference when you hit the first corner. Now, keep in mind that that does have a little bit more of the dynamic options. So it does have rear wheel steering, more setup suspension, and a couple of other goodies and components that make it more of a sportier vehicle. But this is more of a straight line car. I'm going to try a non-brake boost. We're just going to floor it from this. Whoa! Ooh, there's 60 right there. That front motor was spinning. This thing turns into an animal. When you turn traction off, this thing is just insane. Of course, being an electric car, the power is instantaneous. It has 516 pound-foot of torque when you do put your foot down. And we do also have a tunnel, so we do have to try a tunnel run. We're not rolling down the windows because you're not going to hear nothing. Yeah, just a rush of wind. But yeah, overall, I'm liking this G80 Electric. It's pretty cool. Does it handle the back roads as good as the V6? No, but it has that torque like right there when you put your foot down. You don't have to go all the way. That's the benefit of this. Now I do want to also show you guys the My Mode setting right there. So when you do hold it down, so My Drive mode right there, you can configure that in the infotainment. So you have a snow mode, or you can make it a customizable mode. So let me go into settings. You can configure all of that right there between the motor, the steering, as well as the suspension. Just going to throw traction back on, right? Now, comfort does have a nice balance between eco for max range, as well as a little bit of that kind of sportiness. This camera never gets old right here. This thing is sick. And it's on both sides. And then you got the 360 camera right here with so much clarity, visibility, and views. This thing is just high definition. Yeah, it's just the first aid kit rolling around in the trunk. But yeah, this camera never gets old. I like this. It's a nice feature. And like I stated in all my videos of cars that have it, more manufacturers should definitely incorporate this feature. It is very useful. Now, I want to talk a little bit more about the design of this G80 Electric. Now, just like if you look at the BMW i7, is basically the same version as a 7 Series, but as an electric battery. Personally, I actually do like this better than if you had like a whole ground up redesign of the electric vehicle. It's a very familiar face, but yet again, it doesn't like jump in as far as technology goes. But if you're like coming from a conventional car, this will kind of help bridge that gap in between there. Nobody's behind us. I mean, this thing is just so quick though. 5,000 pounds, this thing really boogies. Now let's hit the highway. I'm gonna throw it back into comfort mode. Let's pray it's not too sunny, so y'all can still see something. Still pretty decent in comfort mode, so let's go ahead and throw on the adaptive cruise control as we have a test subject right here in front of us. As you can see, the adaptive cruise control works very good, very easy to use. As for all the driver assistance technology, has the automatic emergency braking and so on. You can see right there, it's using the camera up top, following this vehicle in front of us. You can go all the way down to 1 following distance, all the way up to 4 following distances, as you can see right here in the screen, as well as in the head-up display right there. I also do like the lane keeping assist with steer assist right here. One thing I do have to say about it though is that it does kind of have that ping pong effect, so you can't feel it go from like this side of the lane to that side of the lane, just very slightly. And even as a highway cruiser, this thing is very smooth, quiet, and refined. Minimal wind noise. And even being an electric car, you really have to like listen out for the tire noise. As you know, a lot of electric cars, you can hear that since there's no engine to mask out the sound. Power! Let me also show you guys in the screen right here, so you can put up the charging function right here in the central display, so it'll show you if the power is going from the electric motors or back into the battery. Yeah, it does have pretty good like passing power. So let's say, you know, we're right next to Honda Fit and you need to get out of the way. You can definitely feel the weight at highway speeds. There's no telling, but definitely you can really feel it. Throw it back into comfort or eco so we can talk a little bit more. But Definitely passing power. Once you get over, like, let's say 80 miles an hour, you can definitely feel the weight kind of takes its toll on this vehicle as far as dynamics go. Now, a couple of critiques I do have about this G80 Electric. First off, massage for the passenger seat, and I do want the better massage, just like in the G90. And also heated back seats. Another bummer I do have with this G80 is no sunroof. Now, I do have a small theory about that. I don't know if it's a structural rigidity or so it reduces weight, but they don't have a sunroof. That's something that is very, it's like a what the fuck moment though. Like, if I'm being honest, you're spending this much, you're spending $81,000, and I really want that. A couple things I do like about this G80. Driver assistance works great. The materials, the fit and finish inside of this interior is phenomenal. Soft touch all the way down to the bottom. The sound system, 21 speaker sound system, Lexicon, is phenomenal. Has a lot of bass quality. Now, when you do tune the audio system, you do have to put it on stage so you can get the maximum bass and sound quality. This camera never gets sick. We're doing 70 right now. You barely hear nothing outside. It's crazy. And I have to say, it's actually a pretty windy day. If you guys saw the walk around, it was very windy outside. And you really don't hear nothing out there. It's very slight. This thing is just so quiet and refined on the highway. Use that region. Let's charge that battery. To be honest, the max region setting can be a little bit too aggressive. So personally, I would go for like kind of where it's like 3/4 of the way, or go down. But I wouldn't go any higher than max unless you're like really eco-minded about your electric car or whatever, and you know how to actually use it. And the people we loan this car out to, and even the employees, say that it's kind of on the aggressive side when you have it in max. And no, not the Future song, Mad Max, Mad Max. But as we said the light, I'm going to go ahead and get to the conclusion. Of course, you guys did hear my critiques a minute ago, and I do want to kind of talk a little bit more about that, as well as some more positive stuff too about this car. The infotainment is phenomenal. It does have all your various different information, your navigation, easily used. Could be a little bit closer, but you literally have all your settings. One thing I do also wish that the infotainment screen did incorporate in this 14.5-inch display is wireless CarPlay and wireless Android Auto. At this price point, I think that's something that would really just push this and elevate this just a little bit more forward and make it more desirable. Now, when you speak of pricing, this is $81,000. And if you load up a 23 G80 3.5 Sport Prestige, that's about $76,000, $77,000. So surprisingly, it's actually not that much of a price jump when you consider that you are getting the electric powertrain, electrical components, everything's like all different and stuff. But you do also lose some room in the trunk because this is a dual motor setup. And just like in the gas version, there is no front. So the front's basically worthless. And also too, when you do compare against the regular V6 or just the gas version of the G80, you do also lose trunk capacity versus the gas version. So you have 13 cubic feet of space in the regular gas, and this with the electric battery is 10 cubic feet. Oh, I got the front of the line. I gotta do sport mode one more time, right? This is too good. This thing really does defy logic. 5,000 pounds and like 4.20 to 60. I think that's what Car and Driver got. This thing is just nutty. I do also like this 12-inch cluster right here, so you can do change the drive mode. You'll see it'll change the different things. You have your radio functions right there. I'll just talk a little bit more while we sit at the light. I do also like the 360 camera right here. It does have pretty good graphics quality. You can literally see the vehicles around you. I can literally read the license plate of that Honda CR-V right behind me. You can see the truck right there, and that GLB literally right next to us. This thing is so high definition. Of course, the steering wheel does turn with the wheels. Just so cool. And I do also like the smart park function, or the automatic parking on a key fob. It is very easily used, and when you do get it right, it's just perfect. All right, should be turning any minute. Hang on tight, ladies and gentlemen. Woo. This is fun. I like this. It is as much fun as the 3.5. And honestly, no, because you don't have that dynamics and you don't have the sound. I do wish just like in the GV60 you had like the kind of the sound you can play through the speakers, like all the very similar sounds. But other than that, that's basically going to wrap up this video. Now personally, I would still get the V6 3.5. The electric is great. This does 282 miles of range. If you do find a DC fast charge, it will charge in as little as 22 minutes. So I highly recommend, if you do find a DC fast charge, you possibly could make this a vehicle that could work with your lifestyle if you're commuting back and forward and so on. But this is going to wrap up this video. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn notifications. And I'll see you guys in the next one. This is Chris signing out. Peace.